Hey everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. Today we got a 2006 Jeep Commander. Owner complaint is, hey, it's not a drivability problem, it's an HVAC problem. He said his blower motor doesn't work, and also he said something about flickering lights on the dashboard. As in, it's the illumination lights, not the warning lights. So let's verify the complaint. Beastly. No warning lights. Seems to start okay, but blower, nothing. Even on high speed, medium speed. Try the other functions. So that lights up the rear defog. You can hear the relay click. AC. See if the compressor kicks on. You can hear the mode door go back and forth. Yeah. I can hear the AC compressor actually kick on, but we have no blower. Interesting. I think this thing also has a rear blower, but all the buttons are all worn out. Here we go. Yep, you hear that works. So let's focus on the front blower, see that doesn't work, and take it from there. So on all data, I got the vehicle pulled up, electrical OE diagrams for the HVAC system, and let's start scrolling. Let's see, AC clutch relay, clutch AC compressor. Keep going here. Relay run, relay rear window defogger, and relay blower motor front. 40 amp fuse there. And then we have automatic or manual controls, and this is definitely manual, just the regular knobs. And that comes down to B, motor blower front. And the ground is either on high speed, it goes right through the HVAC controls, or on low speed, it goes through this resistor blower motor, you know, depending on which wire is grounded. I'm pretty sure there's just resistors in here, and depending on what speed one of these wires is grounded, and you get your desired blower speed. So what's the easiest thing to get to? Well, we can go for right for this relay. That's in the power distribution box under the hood, and at least make sure we have the feed going to the blower motor, pin 30. Check this fuse 1, 40 amp, pretty quick check, and go from there. Got the fuse box popped open. Here's fuse 1, it says HVAC 40 amp. It looks to be not blown. And then the HVAC relay 39 is right here. So before even getting the test light out, if the fuse, you know, it looks good, let's just swap around the two relays here, ASD and HVAC, just to rule out a bad relay. Sometimes swapping parts is super fast and super easy. Alright, still no blower. That's probably not the relay. Now, we can get the test light out. Alright, test light connected to battery ground. Let's first check with the key on that we should have power here all the time, pin 30, and power here in let's see here, relay run should have power right here on pin 86. Pin 30 is the long pin, that's this guy, Yes, we have power there. And then pin 86 is the one on the right side. Yes, we have power there. Okay, so check and check. Now, let's check the two, the control side ground. That should be a constant ground. Should be an easy check. And then we can check pin 87, the output to the blower. So from battery positive, test light works. So first pin 85, that's opposite of 86. Yes, we have a good ground on the control side. And now, let's stick the test light in here. Don't want to spread the terminal or anything. Should probably just get an adapter, but if we turn the blower on, let's turn on high speed, okay? Our test light is not lighting. So, problem. So from here to the blower motor, so there's a break somewhere. Either the blower motor itself, continuity is not present, or the ground at the control AC module is missing. Now, what's more likely? If everything else on the controller works, it only has one ground, then we can kind of assume that the ground is fine, and it doesn't work on any speed. So again, this blower motor resistor, not really worried about that too much for now, not 100%. Let's see if we can get to this blower motor and do some checks there. It's only 2 wires. We should have a good feed to it, and then a variable ground depending on the fan speed. So let's see if we can find where this blower motor lives and find this connector. So on the passenger side, got the little trim piece off, and here is our blower motor. So pretty standard position, 2 wires, and what do we got here? Some napkins. Interesting. And right up there is our blower motor resistor. I think we might have to remove the glove box to see this a little easier. Alrighty, here's what we see. Here's our blower motor resistor. And this is our connector that goes to the blower motor. Okay, easy enough. Matches the diagram. Now, what are the wiring colors here? Let's see, so from left to right, light blue is blower high speed. That's light blue right there. Then, I guess they're DCBA. Red, light green for blower low speed. There it is, red, light green. Next one should be an orange and light green, blower medium speed, and gray, light green, blower medium 2-speed. Now you can see that wire right there, it's got some green stuff, and it looks like it's black, but over here it's gray and light green. So that wire definitely changed colors. Ooh, that's not very good. So definitely green crusties there, a lot of heat buildup. It's probably not a good contact, and it fried that wire. However, why doesn't this thing work on high speed? Because of the straight ground through the blower motor, we should at least get high speed operation. So what I want to do is unplug the blower motor right here, if possible. There we go. So we can do 2 things. We can check continuity through the blower motor, we can power it up, and we can put adapters on here with a bright test light and just see if the test light lights up. But this isn't good with the resistor. However, I don't think the resistor should play a part in high-speed operation. So bright This is 5 amps, 5 amp test light combo connected to the blower motor feed. The blower motor is unplugged. Okay. And key on. Hey, they light up. So this is high speed. And it does not work on anything but high speed. Well, how about that? Anyways, I'm sure that resistor is shot, but what we can do is check that each one of these pins is grounded when it's supposed to be on, you know, medium. How many speeds does this thing have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So the high speed works, the blower motor doesn't work, so we got 2 problems here. The blower motor probably is drawing too much amperage. We can actually power it up right from the battery, see if it kicks on, measure the amperage, and then it cooked the resistor, which isn't good. So we got a domino effect. Alright, next check for the blower resistor. We got the test light connected to the power feed, so that would be, let's follow along here, the dark blue wire. Okay, so whenever this finds a ground, my test lights will light. So I'm just going to touch this to a stud, nice bright lights. Now, what do we expect when we touch this to a pin on the resistor? So always, before doing an experiment, always ask, what do you expect? Well, I expect that, let's see, if we stick it on the light blue, then if our resistor is busted and we are in anything but high speed, we won't see a light on the test light because this thing can't ground through the controller. However, if we stick the needle on, you know, one of these, one by one, it should light up when the fan is in one of the lower speeds. So I'm just going to try it. So on the light blue, we expect the light to come on, put it right there, when we're only in high speed, right? So high speed, yes, it comes on. Fan's off. Let's try the red and green. So that's good. Now it's low speed, medium speed, high speed. Let's try the orange. Low speed, medium high, super high. Okay, and this crusty one, low, medium high, super high. So that tells me that nothing's wrong with our HVAC controller head unit. That's good news. Obviously we have a busted blower motor and we have a busted resistor because on that setting, when we turn it to low, the light should light up dimly. It doesn't until we get all the way to high speed. So, I mean, that's that. This is the ground for the blower motor, and you can't get grounded through this resistor because it's probably fried inside. So let's take that off, and with the blower motor, what we could do, just for kicks, while we're still here, plug this guy in, turn it to high speed, and just hit it. Nope, nothing. So you could throw an amp clamp on there, and if there's no amperage going through, the windings in there are completely shot. Now I have a feeling that unplugging this resistor might not be the easiest thing to do because it's probably all melted together. Yeah, that pin is completely melted to the blower resistor. It's, oh yeah, very nice. Ooh, well, you see that? Cooked. Still want to pop this guy out and see what it looks like on the inside. So here's the resistor pack. And it looks cracked, old, and that terminal is completely baked. And it even says do not repair. Aw, man, I was gonna try to repair this. But it can't be that expensive, so I think we'll throw a new resistor in there and a new blower motor. Flickering lights on the dash. So I suspect he means the dash illumination. So we have our headlights on, just the parking lights. And the dimmer on this thing is on the turn signal stock, which is kind of weird. And I noticed when you play around with the stock, you can see the lights kind of go dim and bright just by wiggling the stock a little bit. Isn't that nuts? Yeah, very noticeable. You go over a bump and it's like... Yeah. Let's turn it to the brightest setting. Yep, sure enough, the radio goes dim and bright. If you go here, you get the actual, dome lights on. And again, sometimes they work. And just now they went off. See, that's off. Wiggle this a little bit again. On again. So there's something up with the turn signal stock, obviously. We can recreate the problem. Now, do we want to go replacing this whole thing? Yeah, I mean, it's just the quality of it feels kind of crappy. You can just wiggle that and the lights go on and off without actually clicking the knob or the ring. So that should turn on the dome lights, but it doesn't. Not always. Only if you push it in, it'll turn on the dome lights. So yeah, should we get him a new turn signal stock? We could quote him on that. But again, do you want to tear this whole thing apart? It's probably all loose and crappy anyway, so I think in this case throwing parts at it might be the best option. Can't believe I'm saying that, but it's it's a Jeep, so you might as well give it some new parts because the old ones sometimes are not repairable. Here's definitive proof that the problem is in the stock itself, not the connector or anything. So let's say I push it here, no change in the brightness of the illumination. If I push on the end, you see that? Yeah. So it's basically stressing the entire stock, and those little resistors in the dimmer ring are making and breaking contact, and that's all the problem is. So we can quote them on the new stock, I guess. If that's what the customer wants, that's what we're gonna do.